Hello everyone and welcome to Edge Time. This video is going to be a little bit different than my normal knife review video. I wanted to address the current debate on clones versus knives that are just similar. And I wanted to show you all what I define as a clone and what I define as just a similar knife. So first of all, I just want to start with similar knives. So we have, first of all, I would say probably the biggest example right now is the Ozark Trail $10 crossbar lock knife and the Benchmade Bug Out. Now, I want to start out by saying this knife is not a clone of this knife. This knife is similar to this knife. It is similar in design and in execution and in just the overall concept of it. Both of them are thumb stud only crossbar lock knives. Both of them are roughly the same size, and both of them are designed for everyday use and have a deep carry pocket clip. So they're designed to do the same thing. However, this knife is not in any way a clone of this knife. First of all, it does not attempt to deceive the customer into thinking that it is a Benchmade Bug Out. There is nothing on this knife suggesting that it is a bug out. It is proudly advertised as an Ozark Trail Walmart knife. It has D2 written on this side of the blade and China. No one in their right mind would buy this thinking it was a Benchmade Bug Out. Thus, it is not a clone. It is a similar knife. If a knife were to be made that looked exactly like this, which is actually not super likely because this is I believe, Cabela's / Bass Pro exclusive edition of the Bug Out. So it's not highly likely that someone would clone this. I did get this knife for $25 at a yard sale, so you would think it would be a counterfeit. But I've been using it for so long, and it has held up so well under use, and it all of the boxes check out. Everything is exactly right. This is definitely a real bug out. I just got it at an insane price, and it's been an excellent knife. If someone were to make a knife that looked exactly like this and tried to copy the Benchmade logo and put S30V on it, then yes, that would be a clone, and that would be illegal. And even if not illegal, highly unethical and just wrong, because they are deliberately attempting to deceive the customer into buying something that they think is a Benchmade Bug Out. Whereas this is just a budget alternative to the Bug Out. Absolutely nothing wrong with this. Let's just look over a couple of other examples of fake or counterfeit knives. This is a Victorinox Fieldmaster, just an excellent, normal, everyday Swiss Army knife. And this is a Wenger or Wenger, I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced, but it's a similar Swiss Army knife. It has all the same or most of the same tools, but it is manufactured by a different company. It does not attempt to copy the Victorinox logo. The logos are similar, but that is because it is the Swiss cross. And it doesn't say Victorinox anywhere on it. So this is a similar knife. This is not a copy. Just a couple more examples here of similar knives. This is a $10 knife, or no, $7 knife from Harbor Freight. This obviously looks a lot like the Gerber Paraframe, but on this side here it says GK24, Gordon Knife 24. Gordon is Harbor Freight's cheap knife brand, and it does not try to be a paraframe. So once again, similar knife. Here we have a unbranded stainless China knife. This looks a lot like a Buck 110, but it is obviously not a Buck 110. It does not try to be a Buck 110. And a cooler example of a similar knife that I really appreciate Cold Steel doing. This is a Okapi knife made in Germany. These are very difficult to come by, but they are just really great everyday utility sort of knives. And so I really appreciate Cold Steel making a similar knife. Not a clone, a similar knife. Now, what is a clone? I've given y'all a bunch of examples of similar knives. Now, this is a Kershaw launch. I believe this would be a Kershaw launch 9. I'm not exactly certain. Or is it? It is. It looks about right for a Kershaw launch. It is an automatic, but after closer inspection, after I went ahead and bought it at a yard sale thinking it was real, that was stupid me several years ago. Actually, that might not have been all that long ago. I hope I'm smarter than that now, but there's obviously some interesting things here. So, for one, the American flag on this side of the handle slab is backwards. I'm not sure if it would be that way on the real version, but aside from that, this Kershaw logo is all weird. And just feeling the knife, I should have known right at the beginning that this was a counterfeit. And I was just, I was in an adrenaline rush from thinking I had found something cool and wasn't really thinking at the moment. I really should have seen the Chinese print that was on the box of this supposedly American-made knife. So once again, totally my fault. I should have seen this. But this is trying to be a Kershaw launch series. This is deliberate deceit. There's just all sorts of little weird things that I should have caught on to, but the average person who doesn't know a lot about knives, but know that they have seen this before, know that it's expensive, they would instantly snap at this at a yard sale like I did. Now, this is I will say this is not a very good knife. Some clone knives are decent knives. This one is not. This is a terrifyingly unsafe automatic. If you literally press it against the table, it'll action. That is horribly unsafe. The lock or the action is all weird. It's gritty. If you pinch the handle together and try to open it, it won't even open all the way. So yeah, this is a classic example of a clone. A poorly made Chinese knife masquerading as an expensive American knife. And sometimes if you buy a fake one of these knives on Temu, you know, it'll be like $5. This was $25. I paid $25 for a counterfeit Chinese Kershaw launch. So definitely felt stupid about this one. Now, I have to say, wasn't a total waste because it did have a Kershaw launch pocket clip on it. The pocket clip may have been counterfeit, but I think they may have used an actual Kershaw launch clip, which goes very nicely on my very real Kershaw Link. This is the stock clip on the Kershaw Link. As you can see, it's not deep carry at all, and it carries super weird. Whereas this nice launch style Kershaw clip really, really improves the carry profile of this knife. Yeah, it's kind of weird having a part from a knockoff Kershaw on my very nice real Kershaw, but it really doesn't bother me because it just increases the usability of the knife so much. So there we have a quick comparison of what is a clone and what is not. So once again, recap here. This is not a clone. This does not try to be a Benchmade bug out. This is a inexpensive, affordable alternative to the Benchmade bug out. And I have to say, real fast, this is a great knife. I would recommend this to anyone if you can find them. Unfortunately, the rest of the knife community likes them too, so you can't really get them. And this is a clone. This is a cheap Chinese knockoff knife that is sold with the intent to deceive. It is meant to look like a Kershaw Launch Series knife in every way. So there you have it. There is a quick, that is my 2 cents on what is a clone and what is not. Take it from someone who has been tricked into buying a clone before. So, with that, like I said, a little bit of a different video from my normal videos, but I hope it was helpful. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Have a good day.